Another of the wounded just released from the hospital is 63-year-old Pam Simon, who does community outreach for Congresswoman Giffords. Earlier today, I talked with Simon about the shooting. She says her surgeon told her she's lucky to be alive.
I was shot in the chest, and the bullet is still in me, in my upper hip, and it traveled all that distance internally and didn't seem to hit anything major.
Will they try to remove the bullet at some point?
Only if it causes problems down the line. So it will forever be an internal souvenir of a really horrendous day.
Tell me what you remember, Pam, from that day.
It started out as a typical Saturday doing Congress on your corner. They had just started. Congresswoman had spoken to the first person in line. I had chatted with the next couple in line, and they had said that they would appreciate having a photograph with the Congresswoman. And we were getting ready to say, please turn around and look at us so we can take a picture. And the gunman appeared between myself and the Congresswoman.
So this young man seemed to come out of nowhere. What did he start doing as soon as you noticed him? What did you witness?
He was shooting almost instantaneously. I did see the gun, and I did see him shoot the Congresswoman. And then I think I was probably one of the next people hit, because I saw very little after that.
I know you had a reunion with your Good Samaritan, a man you just met today, Bob Pagona. He stayed with you until an ambulance arrived. Tell us how he came to your aid and what he did.
This hand came on my shoulder and started gently patting me and saying, "You're going to be okay, and the ambulances are coming, and I will not leave you." Then he followed the ambulance and found my husband, and was able to kind of explain what had happened.
Who is he? Where did he come from?
He had just been shopping in the supermarket that morning.
I know you're a former teacher. You actually taught at Jared Loughner's middle school and his high school, although you never knew him. There's been a lot of conversation about how students like Jared Loughner can slip through the cracks, and I know this is something you really want to focus on now.
I was very honored to have a visit from the President and the First Lady in my hospital room, and we spent a few minutes talking about something that every teacher knows, that very early on you see the kids that are separated from other kids and clearly are showing social behavior problems and mental health problems. And we need to do a better job as a nation of identifying these kids and getting them help. I have no malice towards this young man at all. I only have sadness that we, as a society, were not able to help him.
I know before you left the hospital, you had an opportunity to visit with Congresswoman Giffords. How did she seem to be doing?
Her husband, Mark, came over and got me, and when we arrived in the room, he had me sit right next to her, and then he said very loudly, "Pam's here," and she squeezed my hand. And she's a fighter. I have a lot of confidence that she will be back in the saddle.
Hi, everybody.
I know you spoke with the rest of the Congresswoman's staff today, and you told them some very moving things about what they had all experienced in the last week.
I happened to be a staff member that was shot, but all of the staff members that were there experienced an incredible trauma. And in some ways, perhaps worse than mine, because they saw everything that went on. I have described ourselves as a family. Indeed, we are. And we have a lot of healing to do.